Andrzej Domański, the finance minister of Poland, thank you so much for your time here in Washington. Some say this is the most pivotal spring meeting ever by the IMF and the World Bank. What do you expect the vibe to be like?
Well, it could be one of the most important one in the history, and probably the vibe will be a little bit more tense than in the previous meetings. We have this ongoing trade discussion and also discussion about the future role of the IMF, World Bank, and so there will be lots of to talk here in Washington.
The U.S. has, over the past 30, 60 days, completely upended the global rulebook, both when it comes to defense, but also when it comes to trade. Do you get the sense from early indications, from early conversations that the EU is having with the U.S., and you talked to Trade Commissioner Šefčovič recently, do you get the sense that this can be mended?
I mean, we need to have a deal. That's crystal clear, I believe, for everyone. And US and European Union are very strong trade partners. US is our most important ally, and it's a fact, yes. And this is why we need to find a good solution. And we know that tariff, they hurt companies, they are bad for consumers. So this is why we welcome the recent announcement of President Trump to delay those new tariffs, and we need to use this 80 days remaining very wisely, and this is why Commission is working to find a good solution.
Do you think the EU Commission is deploying the right strategy here? They're trying to keep up the pressure on the US. At the same time, they've also done a pause in terms of the counter tariffs. Do you think that that balancing act is the right one?
Well, we are united as a member state behind Commission. We do believe that it takes a proper action. It's clear that the solution is not easy, yes, as it's and the negotiations will be tough. But I believe that Commissioner Šefčovič will find a proper solution, and there are plenty of fields where we can cooperate with US. Poland, for example, is buying lots of military equipment from United States. We are buying a lot of gas from US. Other countries, as I understand, are also willing to make this trade exchange even greater. So let's work.
Is that the message that you're hearing from Brussels, is that Donald Trump is actually open to deals and deal making? Because based on what we've heard from him over the past couple of weeks is that he's more ideological than on the deal making side.
I think that President Trump is on the deal side, and that he wants a good deal, good for US, and it's obvious that we want a good deal for EU, a good deal for member states like Poland. So I do believe that we will find an agreement, and it's very important for markets. We see that markets are volatile. We see the dollar is getting weaker. Yields on US treasuries are going higher, and this is not a classical risk-off scenario. So I do believe that it's in the best interest of everyone to find a good solution as soon as possible.
As you say, the markets have already spoken. They don't trust the U.S. right now. Do you trust the U.S.? Is it a trusted ally still? Is it a reliable partner?
Yes, U.S. is is the strongest and the most important ally of European Union, and of course of Poland. This is why we buy a lot of military equipment here in U.S. And of course, this is why we value so much the presence of U.S. troops also in Poland. And I believe that it's clear for everyone that it's time to strengthen our eastern flank of NATO, and U.S. presence is absolutely crucial.
Mr. Domański, let's stick with defense here for a moment, because you've been extremely vocal about the need to increase funding for defense, obviously, and you say that the current tools may not go far enough. What exactly do you mean by that? What kind of tools do you want to see deployed?
Yeah, it's obvious that Europe must take more responsibility for our own security, and this is why Poland spends close to 5% of our GDP on defense. This is why within those 5%, we have the highest share of money that is actually spent on buying new equipment, and we are asking our European friends to do the same, to increase their spending. It's not easy. We know that budgets are tight, and some countries face fiscal challenges. But some action is really needed, and this is why we welcome the recent proposal of European Commission to provide up to 150 billion euro of loans to for countries, for example, for joint procurement. It's clear for us that we want to not only to spend more, but we need to spend wisely. We need to try to buy as much as possible for the same amount of money, and the recent proposal of Commission is very good. Having said that, we believe that some further steps are also needed.
Such as?
Such as, for example, special fund, maybe rearmament bank. We have a strong priority for European Commission proposal, as Poland is right now a presidency, and we need to focus on what's on the table right now. Having said that, we are discussing other options with some countries, and we know that not all member states will be willing to participate. Therefore, it's also possible that it would be like a coalition of willing.
The coalition of the willing. Do you foresee joint borrowing when it comes to defense at this point in time?
We are not discussing the joint borrowing right now. We welcome that some countries, like Germany, they changed their policy in terms of spending, also on spending on defense, and this is very important. But joint borrowing is not on the table right now.
So you spent 4.1% of GDP on defense last year. You're aiming for a figure of closer to 5%, 4.7% this year. As you pointed out before, Finance Minister, there are certain European countries which are still dragging their feet because of very high debt levels. They say, hey, we can do a lot more in terms of defense spending. What is your message to these countries? And do you think there should be a further relaxation in terms of some of the budget rules to avoid stigmatization of these countries?
First of all, I do understand their concerns. Poland has a debt to GDP below 60%, so we are in a more comfortable position. Some rules have been already relaxed to some extent by European Commission. There will be a national escape clause that could be triggered for some countries. So there are more options right now on the table. But of course, it won't be easy for many countries to substantially increase their spending on defense.
Mr. Domański, I want to thank you so much for your time today. I wish you all the best with all the meetings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.